So my project is a clone of the game Asteroids. If we were to just run this real quick, sometimes it gives me weird bugs like this. I'm pretty sure that that is because the library that I'm using for creating this is not optimized for Mac PCs that run on the M1 chip. So I could be wrong, but I initially started this project in a Linux machine, so I suspect that the reason why it's not working or why it's giving me weird bugs is because it's now a different architecture. But this whole program is written on C. It was started as part of a book called Head First C, and yeah, I've been working on and off on it for a couple of years now, to be honest, which is way too long. Like, if I sat down and accounted for all the hours as if they were consecutively, then it's probably like 4 months worth of work, like or a bit more, I'm not sure. But basically it's 700 lines of code, about, what is this, like 520 or 620 of C code and C headers, and then the JSON file, I'm pretty sure, is just the TTF, because over here I got a font so that I can print the game over screen, and later I can add a score and a menu and everything like that. The markdown is it's incomplete. I'm gonna make it a lot bigger. I'm gonna add plenty of code in there, or plenty of text. These are some of the things that you can do to compile it. Depends on whether you are on Linux or whether you are on Mac. Also, right now I think I'm using some functions that don't work on Linux, so I'm planning on changing that soon. I'm also planning on making it so that the asteroids don't respawn straight after they are destroyed, so they will be spawning in waves, and also they will be splitting in two every time that I shoot them. So the way the project is structured is there is this source directory with all the C files. Blasteroids is where the main function is, and then blast is where the bullets are. Asteroids or asteroid is the the asteroids. Collisions handles just that. As of now, it's just box collision, so it just draws a little box around each object and then checks whether it collides with any other box around other objects. Eventually I want to make it so that it checks for each pixel to see whether two pixels from two different objects are on top of each other. But for now I'm just doing box collision, and spaceship just takes care of the player, basically. Everything is structured, or a lot of the main game elements are structured within a global struct, where you have the player lives, whether the game is done or not, whether the bitmaps are created, whether it should redraw the screen, the bullets array, the asteroids array, and so on and so forth. Right now I have a macro for the asteroids, but I'm planning on changing that. And the make file over here is, I've tried to keep it simple. I'm using a PKG config to grab all the flags that the libraries need. So that's all of these, and then I'm also adding a few more, so that it compiles, and so that it doesn't give me errors for unused command line arguments. So when I'm compiling, it doesn't say that, hey, this or that wasn't used, because it doesn't affect it, from what I understand. So over here, this compiles all the object files, and then over here this just makes the binary. So if I was to delete the binary and the object folders, so now notice how now we only have source and include. I can do make, and now I created the objects directory and the bin directory, and it should work just fine. And yeah, that's about it. So it's still a work in progress. I'm still gonna keep on adding to it. If anybody wants to check it out, this is the GitHub repository. I'm also gonna be pushing it on the GitHub repository for CS50, but this is the main one that I'm gonna be looking at. So yeah, that is my project, and hope you have a nice day.